Look, we all know it. Employee well-being is at its lowest level in decades. We're seeing it in the newspaper. We're seeing it in the data that shows our teams are struggling. As organizations, there's all kinds of advice out there of things we should do, programs we should bring in, costs that we should incur. But what can we do that's low cost and yet still has a significant impact on increasing employee well-being? Well, although there's many ideas out there, I think there's at least 3 that every organization needs to embrace because the financial cost is low, but the return is quite high. Number 1, we need to think about clarity in all of our roles. What we see happening time and time again, especially with people working remote and being out of sight and out of mind, is that they're questioning what's their role. They're questioning the results that are expected from their organization, their leader, and their team. We need to take a step back and ensure that they know exactly what needs to be done, how it's going to be measured, so that the expectations are in line and it removes all the assumptions that people make when we have lack of clarity. Not knowing where you're going, not knowing how to get there, creates all kinds of issues from a mental perspective. The second thing that we can do that has a low financial cost, a higher commitment in terms of time, are internal mentorship programs. It seems that prior to COVID, we spent lots of time pairing up our team members with mentors in the organization, individuals that can pour into them, that can kind of show them the ropes so they have a path to continue to grow. Whether it's to stay at the organization or eventually grow beyond it is not the point. The point is engaging them, showing them that there's somebody there that can help them achieve what they want to achieve, help them achieve the clarity in step number 1 that we already mentioned. And number 3, and I believe this to be critical in engaging with our teams and increasing employee well-being, are one-on-ones. It sounds so simple, yet so many organizations do not continue to do this. In a highly remote or hybrid world, a one-on-one can make the difference between understanding, engagement, and feeling fulfilled, or questioning and leaving the organization. One-on-ones need to be done consistently, every single month or every single 6 weeks. What we need to make sure we're not doing is avoiding or canceling one-on-ones, because it sends a message to our team that you're not valuable, decreasing employee well-being, increasing the questions that a team member may have. But the second piece to that is understanding, what do we do in the context of a one-on-one? Well, I think there's really 2 components. There's the personal side and the professional side, because they both cross over. One-on-one should start with understanding the individual. What's driving them? What's important to them? How are they feeling and why? And by asking the right questions, putting together an action plan on things the individual can do, baby steps to making progress where they see the continuous success. But the second piece to one-on-ones goes back to number 1 around clarity and talking about where they are professionally and the steps they need to take, can take, should take, that you can support them to take in order to continue their journey. See, one of the big issues that affects employee well-being is when they're not clear, when there's no engagement, when there's no understanding of where the individual needs to go, wants to go, should go, or is being held accountable to taking care of. Look, employee well-being is so critical, especially in this highly remote environment that we're in today. Being clear about expectations, developing a mentorship program where somebody comes alongside and engages them, and doing consistent one-on-ones where we understand the whole person, both personal and professional.